How's it going? My name is Lbtharealist, and this is Surrealistic Studios once again. I got some very interesting news for my peoples out there in Facebook and YouTube land, all my friends and family out there. I got one question for you. Are you a Democrat? Why? Why are you a Democrat? Have you not been keeping up with the news? Have you not been paying attention to what's going on? One of the attorneys for the Democratic Party actually has come out in court and state that the Democratic Party has no legal authority or has no legal obligation to run a fair and unbiased primary. So the candidate that you really want to vote for, if that candidate is not the DNC's choice, if that candidate is not who they want, then your vote doesn't count. And I understand. This is one of the things that really makes me understand why people don't vote. This is one of the reasons why I was apathetic to voting. It's because what's the point? When you throw your vote in and it's not counted, then it's like, what's the point? It's rigged, right? We all felt like it was rigged from the start. It's always been this way. The powers that be, they're not going to relinquish their power so easily. So what's the point? Well, I've grown since then, and I realized there is a point. Number one, there's more issues on the ballot besides the president. You know, you're picking more than the president. You know, you're picking measures on the ballot that directly affect you. Last year on the ballot, there was the legalization of weed in California. There was, just for shits and giggles, there was, condoms on porn stars. There was legitimate issues on the ballot other than the president, but people are so turned off by politics, and they're so turned off by this whole charade of a turd sandwich versus a giant douche. They just say fuck all of it, and I get it. Well, in relation to all of that nonsense, if you've been paying attention a little bit, you've probably realized that Senator Elizabeth Warren, as well as Donna Brazile, they've both come out and state that the 2016 presidential primaries, were in fact rigged. They were in fact rigged from top to bottom. Now, Donna Brazile has come out with an op-ed in Politico. She's coming out with a book, and in an excerpt from the book, she clearly stated that the primaries were rigged in Clinton's favor. She stated that there was a joint fundraising agreement that was signed back in August of 2015, a full 4 months before Hillary Clinton announced her candidacy. And in this joint fundraising agreement, it basically gave Hillary Clinton and her campaign control, total control, over the DNC, the Democratic National Committee. Now, again, this was 4 months before she announced her candidacy back in August of 2015. Back in August, so Hillary Clinton has been running the DNC since August of 2015. Now, supposedly she's no longer running it. Supposedly she's no longer any kind of political threat. That's why most news people or most media are just trying to brush this under the rug. They're trying to just focus. Let's just focus on Donald Trump. Not Dianne Feinstein, but Nancy Pelosi in a recent interview has stated, when she was asked about this, she stated that she doesn't want to focus on anything that Donna Brazile, wrote about. She wants to focus on the future. She wants to focus on the disastrous policies of Donald Trump. She wants to focus on unity and all that bullshit. Jeff Weaver, the former campaign, I believe he was the former campaign manager for Bernie Sanders, he actually wanted to brush everything under the rug as well. He wants to move into the future and focus on Donald Trump's disastrous policies. Unbelievable. So when a lot of people were asked about Donna Brazile's op-ed in Politico, a lot of them had the exact same reaction. They just want to brush it under the rug. They, what happened in the past is in the past. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And they want to move on to the future. They want to focus on defeating Donald Trump. Before, it was focusing on Hillary Clinton becoming the next president of the United States to beat Donald Trump. Now it's just defeating Donald Trump in every policy, I guess. So already that's very strange to me, that they're asking all of these people what they think of this situation. They're expecting them to be, angered or to show some kind of something, interest. And nobody's very interested. Or the people, they're either not interested and they want to move past it, or they're entirely just nonchalant about it. They're just like, most people already knew. Like the people that, the voters, the people that, spend time on Bernie's campaign, and the people that were, staunch advocates for Bernie, we're all just in disarray. Like, we're pissed off. But the people that, I guess, have political power, the people that, that have a name in this kind of stuff, like Jeff Weaver and even Tulsi Gabbard, they were very just nonchalant about it, as if they already knew that these things were occurring. Donna Brazile, in her op-ed, actually stated that she spoke with Bernie Sanders on the phone, and he was nonchalant about the situation. All he said was, "How bad is it?" So these people knew about this. And I'm trying to piece together in my head, like, okay, what is the point of what they're doing? Why did Donna Brazile come out now and tell the truth? Well, one reason is that it doesn't matter anymore. One reason is that the election is over. Donald Trump is already president. It doesn't matter anymore. Now, Donna Brazile has been a Democrat for a long time, over 30 years. She actually was, I believe she was the campaign manager for Al Gore. So she's been a friend of the Clintons for years. So the reason, I don't understand the reasoning, the complete reasoning for her throwing Clinton under the bus, and for her throwing Debbie Wasserman Schultz under the bus, and all these other people. But it's happening, and I'm covering it. Now, like I said, this joint fundraising agreement was signed by Hillary Clinton back in August of 2015. And in this agreement, it basically stated that Hillary Clinton would be given control of the party's finances, the strategies, staffing, analytics, etc., etc. You name it, Hillary Clinton controlled it. Since August of 2015, 4 months before she announced her candidacy, and a full year before she obtained the nomination. So this is crazy. Donna Brazile actually spoke to a man named Gary Gensler. He was the chief financial officer for Hillary's campaign. And he stated, according to Donna Brazile, he stated that the party is under complete Clinton control. And not only that, but one of the reasons that he stated that it happened that way, and that she was given control of the party, was that the DNC was actually $24 million in debt when former President Barack Obama left office. $24 million in debt. So in order to recoup, or in order to gain back some of this capital, they basically handed the keys over to Hillary Clinton. Now, some opponents of this claim will say that, well, Bernie Sanders actually had the opportunity to sign this himself, but he chose not to. And if he did, then he would have been given the keys to the kingdom. How is that even possible? This self-proclaimed democratic socialist that talks like this and uses hand gestures and talks about Medicare for all. They were going to give that guy the keys to the kingdom. No. This agreement was signed back in August of 2015. This agreement that, in Donna's own words, she said it didn't look illegal, but it sure looked unethical. Because what happened was Hillary Clinton would then funnel money from the DNC directly to her Hillary Victories Fund, which is essentially money laundering. So all the money that the DNC was getting, and a lot of the money, all of the money that they were supposed to be using for down ballot candidates, Hillary ended up taking. So it's just more cases of Hillary stealing money. Donna Brazile also spoke to Bernie Sanders. She stated that she had promised him that she would get to the bottom of this whole situation, of the situation regarding if the primaries were actually rigged or not. And she said that she found out all of this information. She spoke to Gary Gensler, the chief financial officer for the Hillary campaign. He stated that the DNC was under Clinton control, and that the DNC was in $24 million debt when Obama left. So when Senator Elizabeth Warren was asked about this on an interview on CNN, she unequivocally, directly stated that, yes, she believes the Democratic primaries were rigged. Now, again, why does she feel comfortable stating this now? Because it's already over and it doesn't matter. Well, it does matter. Because not only does this vindicate everything that progressives have been saying since back in the primaries, this vindicates all of the voters that are apathetic to this whole voting situation and the political process. This is the exact reason why people do not vote. And this is the exact reason why my job is that much fucking harder. When I say I want to help awaken others to our political atmosphere, I want to help, to shine a light on what's really going on in the world and current events, this kind of shit just absolutely destroys any optimism that anybody would have had for politics. Because when you point out the fact that a candidate can be given complete control over the whole party 4 months before they announce their candidacy, what is the point? That So this is what I have to say. The point is this. The point is, if you know this stuff is happening, that's better than you not knowing that it's happening. Now, we kind of had an idea that it was happening, but nothing was ever proven. Now it's being proven. We're being vindicated now. It's all coming to light. What they say, what's done in the dark will come to light. Well, it's all coming to light now, whether it's, months or years after the primary, it's common knowledge now. Now, you have people out there trying to refute it, saying that Donna Brazile didn't actually state unequivocally that, yes, the primaries were rigged. That she stated, some other shit. No. She stated that they were rigged. Donna didn't trust the polls. She told Bernie Sanders herself that she did not she told him that she wouldn't trust the polls. She said that there was an unbelievable enthusiasm, or lack of enthusiasm, I should say, for Hillary Clinton. But an overwhelming amount of support for Bernie Sanders. I can attest to that. I was actually at a Bernie Sanders rally in San Diego when he was out here. And there were, I think there was I think they said there was close to 10,000 people there, or over 10,000 people there. Young people, older people, middle-aged, white, black. Now, I didn't see an overwhelming amount of black voters, but of course, we were going through some issues with that. But there were black people there, not 2 or 3, but they were there. I wasn't the only one. There was all races. Both men and women came. Everyone from all age groups. It was a wonderful feeling. It was like Bernie stock. Everyone, when it was all said and done, everyone poured out into the streets. And everyone was blocking traffic, and cars were honking, and people had their fists in the air, and everyone was yelling and screaming. You can go to my earlier videos and check it out, or you can go to my other YouTube, Marianelle Bowens Jr., and check out some of the videos I posted there. It was bonkers. It was crazy, the amount of support that Bernie Sanders had. And for him to lose the way he did, CNN just released an article stating that Bernie Sanders still would have lost if the primary wasn't, quote unquote, rigged. They still can't even say that it was rigged. Unbelievable. So this is good news. This is good news. I think that Elizabeth Warren and Donna Brazile have both come out and said that, the primary was rigged. Now, it's no coincidence that Donna Brazile has a book coming out. Obviously, this is an excerpt from the book. But I'm interested to see what else she has to say and regarding these matters and regarding her time in the DNC. I don't think that she has her hands clean in all of this. We all know that Jordan Sheridan broke the story. Jordan Sheridan from TYT Politics had broke the story on how she was, feeding questions to Hillary Clinton. And that's the reason why she was actually fired from CNN. So it's not like she wasn't in support of Hillary Clinton, And another thing that bothers me in this whole situation is that all of these Democrats, it's like these people that you would really want them to, you would think that they would care. They don't give a shit. I don't even think Bernie Sanders gives a shit. It's like, okay, so that makes me think, was Bernie Sanders a plant from the beginning? Like, he knew, everyone knew this shit was going on. But it's not like anybody is rushing to drop their D from their name. It's not like people are exiting because of this situation. No, they know very well what's going on. They knew very well what was going on. And they still continue to support the Democratic Party. And they're still going to continue to ask you for money. Money that will be sent to the DNC. And eventually end up in Hillary Clinton's pockets. So no, I'm not donating to the goddamn DNC. I still get a few emails and here and there, but I'm not donating to anything DNC Democratic related. Fuck that, fuck you, and I'm going home. I'm taking, like Jamal, I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. This just confirms everything that we've been stating, that it was rigged from the top. You can't get any more rigged than that. Clinton controlled the whole DNC. She controlled the fundraising. She controlled the money coming in, going out. She controlled the ads. She controlled the staffing. Fucking Tom Perez just purged all of the Bernie supporters and all of the Keith Ellison supporters from the DNC. But we're supposed to support the DNC. And all the people that are Democrats, they're still going to support them. Even after all of this shit. They're going to deny, and support. Because it's all about party politics with them. It's not about doing what's right. It's not about policy. It's about party politics. Standing up for their team. It's in-fucking-credible. And on that note, I'm out. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think of this whole situation. Like, share, subscribe. We got to stay connected. We got to stay politically activated. We have to help to awaken more people about this kind of shit. Because more people, we got elections coming up next year. And people are going to be voting for these fucking Democrats. And they don't even realize that their votes are... We got to get it tight, y'all. We got to get it tight. All right, so on that note, love, peace, and chicken grease, my peeps. Until the next one, I'll see you guys later.